prefer, or what's your choice? Is it love marriage, arranged marriage, or is it there's third category existing these days, no marriage? What do you think?
That's an unexpected question, to be honest.
think this financial independence of women, to what extent this is the reason behind failed marriages, separations, or conflicts?
To be honest, one of my relationships failed because of this. And of course, there was something else which was a bigger issue to this than this.
85% people or couples, they're simply adjusting. We say, no, just chal rahi hai, cut rahi hai, chal raha hai. Literally, I'm telling you.
Maybe, no. So I feel communication is honestly the underrated hero, I would say. Have the issues resolved when people can just stop doing the silent treatment, okay, and can just talk a relationship with someone and you're thinking about someone, just even thinking about someone else. It is a form of cheating. सिर्फ सोच ही तो रहा था. Okay, this is primary reason would be this that people have normalized cheating. Okay, the primary reason would be
Hi, Rupal. Good evening.
hi, Vinny. Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic. What about you?
I am doing well. A fair share of ups and downs. Everything else is completely fine.
That's great. So I'm really feeling energetic looking at this beautiful, innocent, baby-like face.
Thank you.
After really long.
Yes, actually, really, really long.
So I just want to,
Thank God you remember my face and me.
oh, how is it possible? Means what happened with us is actually a tragedy, right?
Absolutely.
And
Let's not talk about it.
okay, you don't want to talk about it, but I would love to because that was something that was really special. And first, as we say, no, firsts are always special. So that was our first, and
True.
it was special. But okay, let's keep that aside.
I
And
will consider this one as our first session.
okay, all right. So first
I
are
believe in
always special.
forgetting the past.
Oh, absolutely. We should not, we can say, reopen our old wounds
Absolutely.
and dig up our past. So I don't want to do that. I just want to appreciate and want to let you know one thing. So whenever I see you, I see this face, it gives me a healing effect.
Oh
Right?
my God. I am so thankful.
Other than that, there is one more thing. You know, we discussed it for long in our previous session. At present, we are at one hand distance or maybe even lesser. But if we consider other than this, we are really close. So,
Yes, we are. We are.
so
Thanks to the universe.
yes. And whenever I think of you or I come across your videos or even when I speak to you, I feel like I should meet you one day. And I know I'll be meeting you someday.
Absolutely.
So
Coming
that,
from the same state, we can meet anytime I'm coming there, maybe in Narmadapuram, right?
yes.
Okay. So let me plan.
You're most welcome. I would love to host you in person.
Thank you. Thank you. You're being such a sweetheart right now.
Always. Means I love to invite people. I ask them to come spend some time.
Absolutely. I can resonate with you so much here. I don't know, maybe it is a trait of Madhya Pradeshi, maybe, but we
Mhm.
love hosting people.
We are warm. And I got this compliment. People from Madhya Pradesh, they are really warm.
Yes.
Yes, they're calm. They're
Very
warm.
desi also.
Yeah, we are desi. Typical desi. Right? Farmer state. My goodness, my Wi-Fi started acting up. I'm so
Is it
sorry.
okay now?
Yes,
No
yes.
problem. No. Okay.
This is your first time on my channel. First of all, welcome to English with Winnie. I wholeheartedly welcome you here. And the discussion is going to be really heartwarming, raw, unfiltered, and heart to heart kind of discussion. And I look forward to it. Without any delay, first of all, I want you to tell me something about yourself as well as our viewers, especially. So let's start with your brief introduction.
Thank you so much, Vinny, for inviting me. I'm actually, thrilled to be here because I know I've been planning to be on your channel for a long time, but it just didn't happen for a long time. But yes, I am here. And talking about myself, I have actually forgotten how to give my introduction because I have not given it for so long. But yes, so my name is Rupal, as many of you know. I've been a content creator and English teacher for past 1 year. I don't know what will happen in the future, what am I actually planning for my future? But yes, and I am thoroughly, enjoying this journey. If I talk about the kind of person I am, I feel that one word would be I'm really resilient. I can bounce back from anything. I feel this resilience has been developed over time and truly empathetic. And I do not, this is not a showy kind of thing, but yes, these are the qualities I have developed over time. So, yes. And if I talk about my hobbies, I am into swimming, into dancing, cooking. I also have a green thumb. So, I love gardening. Yes, these are certain things about me. And I am a lifelong learner, I would say. So, every day I am doing something and adding to my personality.
Amazing. I enjoyed listening to your introduction.
Yes, I feel I can still say this is me in a nutshell because I mean I don't know what to say.
All right. So, Rupal, today's topic is something that I'm not sure if you'll be comfortable or not. So, I'll be taking your permission before we start,
Please.
right? So, please don't laugh. So, the topic is about a modern marriage scenario in India, in our country. We'll be talking about
Okay.
our country, right? So, uh, are you willing to discuss more on it?
Yes, 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 yes. It's fine. Being unmarried, it would be a lot fun.
All right. Yeah, yes,
Having the experience of marriage.
yes. So,
Are you married?
what do you think?
I don't think so.
See, now what's going to happen? One person who is unmarried, but she may get married soon, somewhere in future, in 2 3 years, 5 10 years, like that. And one person who
5, 10.
act the 5 10 is too much, right? That's too long. No, before that. So I think I'll be able to add, or I can correct you if you have some
Please.
expectations.
You will be leading the whole conversation today.
No, you will. I want to understand your expectations, your perception about it, right? So I have already fallen into it. No, I can't change anything now. But
True.
now, okay. So let's discuss some things about it. Why I chose this topic? Because, Rupal, to be honest, things these days are entirely changed.
Mhm.
What we see is something entirely different from the time when I got married, when our parents got married, and maybe 2 decades back, 3 decades back, right? So now the scenario is entirely different. But it is not just good. On one hand, it is improving. On the other hand, it's becoming concerning day by day. Both the things, right? So we'll be discussing all these aspects, and let's get started. So, Rupal, before
Absolutely.
we move forward, I want you to talk about what do you think at this age. This question might come to you many a times, like what do you prefer, or what's your choice? Is it love marriage, arranged marriage, or is it there's third category existing these days, no marriage? What do you think?
That's an unexpected question, to be honest. Okay. So I'm being honest. My personal preference right now is love marriage, and there is no philosophy attached to that. It's a very simple reason that I'm in love with someone, and that is one of the best decisions of my life. Okay. So naturally, my brain and my heart is more inclined towards love marriage. But I don't have anything against arranged marriage. Okay. Like, if you meet the right person, if you find them or your family finds for you, And if they are the right person, it's absolutely fine. Like I have seen arranged marriages really healthy, inspiring, absolutely beautiful. And I have even seen many arranged marriages like falling apart. But then I have seen certain love marriages as well, which are falling apart, but there are few which are absolutely worth like rooting for. Okay, so my personal preference would be love marriage, and I hope that that will turn into a beautiful, phase of my life.
Oh, amazing. I love how honestly you gave this answer, right? I love that honesty. And Rupal, now I want you to tell me what's that one thing that commonly missing in love marriages, but it is found in arranged marriages.
What is that one thing that is missing in love marriages but found in arranged marriages? Okay, the support of parents, coming from my personal experience.
Oh my God, yes.
I'm being very blunt about it. Parental support. That is one thing that is missing in love marriages, but is there in arranged marriages. Okay. Everything else can be developed over time, I feel. Okay. Because, I am so neutral. Like people usually like think that love marriages rocks or arranged marriages are safer. Okay, because we have this concept in our head. Okay, maybe love marriage can fall apart after 2 years or 3 years, and arranged marriages are safer because you have parental support. What if you have the right person in love marriage as well? Okay, what you have, if you trust someone, because I do not promote, I'm not saying I'm promoting love marriages, but I'm just saying that if you think you can trust someone with your whole heart, like 110%, you know, then you can actually go for a love marriage. But then half the conflict starts because people treat marriages like checklist and not relationships, I feel these days. Okay. So one wrong expectation or one wrong decision and boom, the crack begins to show, I feel. So the answer would be parental support. I like to be, maybe I am someone who just is very fond of cutting to the chase.
Mhm. Yes. Rupal, okay. Yes, that's certainly one thing that is missing. And there are things people call it as it's what love turned into arranged marriage kind of thing. So, in that, it is believed that your parents agree to your choice, and that's how that journey begins, right? And it's beautiful because you get your partner, on the other hand, you get the support, that support from your parents, so it's almost wholesome, right? Now, Rupal, oh,
Actually, and this is kind of, this is the kind of blessing, I would say. If you're getting the support of your parents as well, and even your partner, this thing happens, right? The best of both worlds. So this doesn't happen in everyone's case. And I really root and feel absolutely wonderful about people who get both the things.
totally. And Rupal, you clearly mentioned your choice, right? So now my conversation, although it was supposed to be in some other direction, now it's going in, it will go in some other direction. Since you clearly mentioned your choice, that ma'am, Vinny, it's more about love marriage for me. My choice is love marriage. And I want you to tell me, do you have someone in your acquaintances, friends, family, relatives?
Yes.
Any? Okay.
Not family and relatives, but yes, friends. We do
Okay.
not have a culture of getting
Married by your choice?
married to the person we love at our home.
Yes. Okay. All right. So, why do parents still believe in that kind of bluff? That means whatever we choose, you have to just adjust accordingly. And I actually don't want to dive deep into it because it may hurt a lot of sentiments of people, many people out there. But I believe you can relate to it.
And
Oh,
I cannot entirely blame parents, yeah. Okay. Even if there is difference of opinion, I would not entirely blame my parents or anyone else's parents, because I feel they have come from a place where it was never normal, where it was never accepted, or something, and something like this would actually put them in a tough spot. Okay, so they have certain expectations from us, and we have certain expectations from them. It's just that we are not aligning with each other. Okay, so no one is to be blamed entirely. I have
100%.
made peace with this thing.
Wonderful, wonderful. I got to understand it after many years when someone literally taught me this thing, that your parents are
Mm,
not wrong. Neither your parents are wrong, nor your in laws are wrong, and you are also not wrong. It's just the difference in perception, this little generation gap, and what they are thinking is absolutely right from their point of view. What you are thinking is right from your point of view, right? The only thing is the the gap between the understanding, this age understanding, and you have to normalize it. So eventually I had to, as you mentioned, that you have made peace with it. So same is my case. Okay. So, Rupal, now here comes another thing. When we are into love marriages, right? Or people in love marriages, even these days we see love marriages falling apart. Arranged marriages, of course, love marriages also falling apart. What do you think? What is the main reason behind it? So, first we'll talk about love marriages and then we can talk about arranged marriages as well. What are the main reasons in case of love marriage?
okay, so I feel when we talk about love marriage or arranged marriage, conflicts are actually normal. I'll not directly jump the gun or directly conclude that falling apart, but conflicts are absolutely normal. Like you and I, you can't just put two adults, each with their own habits, moods, quirks, like under one roof, and then you expect them or expect their life to be a bed of roses, right? You cannot really, because things cannot be always comfortable or completely perfect, right? But then the thing that you said, why is it happening and why is it falling apart? Because we treat conflicts not just because, we are often, what I feel is, whenever there is a conflict between anyone who is, like, I've seen it up close. Like, some couples literally, like sweep things under the rug. Okay. You have to talk it out. You cannot keep things, inside and expect the other person, because the other person is not a mind reader, right? You need to talk it out. You need to need to tell them that what is bothering you, because for a longer time, if you do not tell them what is bothering you, then one day you will just pile up things, and that is how things fall apart. It is not something a big issue. They're just small issues that are piling up and becoming a big issue, I feel. Okay, so this is not something about love marriage, arranged marriage. We are all humans. Everybody is getting married. And I feel this is one of the reasons primary reason would be this, that people have normalized cheating. Okay, the primary reason would be this. Okay, be it emotional, be it mental, be it physical, any kind of cheating is cheating. And maybe in the time of, like you talked about modern love and modern marriages, people are so okay with cheating, which I feel is nowhere close to the moral compass, my moral compass. I don't know about others. Maybe people would call me philosophical here. But yes, I feel any kind of cheating, be it physical, even if you are in a relationship and if you're in a committed relationship with someone and you're thinking about someone, just even thinking about someone else, it is a form of cheating. सिर्फ सोच ही तो रहा था. Okay, this is not happening. Okay. Yeah, I completely understand and accept that being human, attraction is normal. You can just see someone and feel they're good looking and they're fine. That is completely fine. It happens because we're humans. But then having and thinking that what if life would have been better with them? This is a form of cheating. The primary reason would be cheating and thinking about cheating in the first place. The secondary reason would be this, that we are piling up conflicts and we are not respecting other people's opinion and perspectives, because we have become so self centered these days that we actually do not care what the other person might be feeling or thinking. Okay. So it is more about me, I, me, and myself, and not we. Okay. So this is one of the reasons. Mute. Oh, sorry. You are on mute.
Being married, I can totally relate to it. What you mentioned, right? And Rupal, I don't want to elongate my perception because of this time constraint. But yeah, whatever you mentioned, no, especially the last part, that is being self-centered, ego, self-esteem, and I instead of we. These things are the main reason, I believe, these days behind all this conflict, rift, and separation, everything. Most of it.
And it is not just about relationships, Winnie. Like today, we had a conversation and you got to know, and this communication we are having, and you got to know that why I was not available and why I couldn't have a conversation sooner. So I feel communication is honestly the underrated hero, I would say. Have the issues resolved when people can just stop doing the silent treatment, okay, and can just talk it out. For example, if we would not have, talked about what was happening in like last 3 to 4 months and why I was not there, you must be thinking that, oh, Rupal doesn't want to have a conversation with me. Or I must be thinking, okay, Winnie, this is one of the things. Just let your thoughts, flow. Speak them out. Okay. And I feel patience also matters, which I am lacking somewhere, but I have developed it over time. I had severe anger issues. Okay. And to be honest, one of my relationships failed because of this. And of course, there was something else which was a bigger issue to this than this. Okay. So I have learned over the time that it is very important to have patience, because if you just, it's just because these days everyone is so exhausted and tired because of the hustle bustle. It's just two tired people choosing the wrong words at the wrong time.
Totally. Yes. And we do things. It's like we just do, and later we realize, okay, I shouldn't have said that, done it. But till that time, it's too late. It's already too late, and that's how things happen. So, Rupal, as we talked about this love marriage thing, and both the aspects, love and arrange, and you mentioned two, three uh, top-notch points, I would say. One is this trust issues, then cheating, and two other reasons mainly. I would like to talk about one thing. We talked about the self-esteem, ego, I, me things. I want to understand from you. What do you think this financial independence of women, to what extent this is the reason behind failed marriages, separations, or conflicts mainly? Do you think this is a reason?
Not actually, because even if I'll just, keep it to the point that even if a woman is not financially independent and her marriage is not working, she is just adjusting in the marriage. Even if the marriage is not working, she is tolerating it. She is in the marriage for the sake of social status and because she is not financially independent. Okay. And she is dependent on someone. And in modern times, when women are becoming dependent, like independent, sorry, they have this thing that they do not tolerate after a certain point. No one should, not even men, not even women. Okay, I feel. No, tolerating something which is not worth taking a toll for would be would not be wise of you, right? So even if I talk about you and I, we both are, self like dependent, and we have been doing our own things, making our own money, living our own life. And like you are happily married. Okay. I am in love with someone. And that one thing that keeps us driven is compatibility. And certain things are that financially, because a lot of people keep telling me, okay, women are getting independent, and this is one of the reasons marriages are failing. There was a time, even then when we women were not financially, independent, there were marriages failing. It was just that they never had the scope to speak up. Okay, now when we have the power, when we have certain kind of audacity, I would say, and now the people who are making their own money, they are not accountable to a lot of people. Even though I have seen two such instances where these two women are making enough money, but still they are compromising in failed marriages. So it is not about women leaving the marriage or women calling it off. It is just about taking stronger decisions and being able to take those decisions. Okay, and there are women who are living in such marriages because they have to look after the children, and they do not have money, survive, or maybe to just spend on their children. So this is one of the reasons. So this could never be a reason, but yes, a lot of problems arises when ego clashes are there. It is not about finances, but financial things are overpowered. When finances are overpowered by ego, then some clashes can be seen.
I agree, Rupal, but to some extent.
Mm.
Being married, I can talk about the reality, right? What exactly happened,
Exactly. I can't really.
right? See, here, if we talk about this financial independence, no, like why I came up with this one point, because these days we come across a lot of separations, right, every now and then. And it's not about financial independence of both the partners. No, there are people who are simply, even if they are dependent also, due to some other reasons, they separate even after a month of getting married, right? But financial independence is one of the reasons, I believe. Why? Because earlier you already gave all the reasons, all the background you gave. Earlier, if these girls or women, if they were having some kind of toxic environment, they could never walk away. Why? Because they always used to adapt, adjust, keeping that dependence on mind, keeping that social, uh, what we can say, this
Stigma.
society's pressure on mind, right? But now if you are independent, so there is one quote, the only the best advantage of being financially independent is you can walk away from any toxic situation. And
And
that,
you should, I feel.
yes, but
And
uh,
you should, I feel.
keeping in mind all the other things, your reputation, society's pressure, your parents reputation, and many other things, we choose to adjust. And I believe, Rupal, you won't believe, 80, no, 85% people or couples, they're simply adjusting. You know, we say, no, just chal rahi hai, cut rahi hai, chal raha hai. Literally, I'm telling you.
Maybe.
Yes,
Yes, not actually. Yes, yes, yes. A lot of. But then, the thing that you talked about financial independence, I feel it has both, like pros and cons. Like a coin has two sides, it has both. Okay, like I made it very clear that when financial independence is supported or is backed by ego, then clashes would arise. Okay,
100%.
but financial independence is, I feel, one of the, most crucial aspect for a woman. Okay. And I want to see every other woman being financially independent so that she doesn't have to bear with something she doesn't want.
Even this is
Okay.
what my
I've
target is.
seen
This is
such
something I actually
instances.
want to do. Hmm.
Yes.
So, totally, this independence is should be the priority, I believe.
Yes,
Right?
absolutely.
And there are many other things, as we discussed, lack of communication and this ego issues, then this adaptability issues,
Hmm.
and cheating,
Compatibility is must. Compatibility is must.
compatibility, and then this these expectation, unrealistic expectations, comparisons,
Hmm.
all these. all together it leads to something called these clashes, conflicts, separations, and all. The thing is, this meeting is about to end. What to do? So
Oh
what
my
to
God,
do?
already we have talked so much.
But I always feel like meeting, sitting with a cup of coffee, and having some in person discussions with you. So someday we'll be doing that. But I must tell you,
Absolutely.
it was amazing session with you.